You know, they say Hollywood's burning. Nothing will be left. Well, shoot. Maybe I should get me a fiddle. That's what I figure. I mean, just let it burn. What are the humans doing?
Do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning your lies. But no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in a mobile, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. Yeah. Signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. So if you think you're ready, you don't need more proof. Conspiracy deniers are denying the truth. They fabricate our problems and pretend to provide the best solution, but we all know they lie. They lied about the weapons and they lied about health. They lied about the fact that they're transferring the wealth. You should really notice how they're pushing the fear. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. Keep everybody terrified. Yeah. Can nothing keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. When you do, you realize that this is the trick. It's getting really stupid now. They're taking the mic. Said, do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning lies. No one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in a mobile, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. Yeah. Signaling their virtues on their profile.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chilling with Sasquatch, where I typically go dig up some of the most nefarious things I can find on the internet. And we all sit around and laugh at it uproariously. However, tonight I was actually drug out of a sort of a funky sort of retirement by Joe Cool, because Joe Cool has released a video that really tickled my pickle. And I think it shows a divide in law enforcement in our country better than any video I've ever seen before. And we're going to go over that tonight. But before we get into that, my homie, Captain Curmudgeon, he decided to go to the movies. I don't know why he ever thought that was a good idea.
One evening, Lady Curmudgeon and I decided to go to our local movie house and see the new Indiana Jones sequel that nobody in the world asked for or wanted. So we watched the picture, it ends, we exit the theater, we're walking out to the car, but neither of us is saying anything, and it's getting a bit awkward. So since the duty often falls to me to speak out loud what everyone else present is thinking, I decided to just come out and ask, was that movie as bad as I think it was? Lady Curmudgeon stopped walking. She deliberated for a moment or two, and she replied, no, it was worse. And then we promptly forgot about it and spent the drive home talking about whether Obama or McCain was going to win the presidential election. Oh, you thought that story was from recently? No, this happened in 2008, you silly geese. 15 goddamn years ago, back when I was still so young. I think I still had a hangover from my 35th birthday party. But hey, when you make a tacked-on sequel that nobody wanted or needed or asked for, and everybody thought it sucked swinging cartoon monkey cock, and its most lasting contribution to the nation's cultural memory is the phrase nuking the fridge, and it somehow improbably manages to turn a not insignificant profit for the studio, well, there's only one thing left to do. You wait a really, really, really long time, then you make another shitty sequel that even fewer people wanted and which everybody hates even more. But this latest picture, Indiana Jones and the Tits of Travesty, I believe it's called, it will leave a cultural and historical imprint far larger than its predecessor, Indiana Jones and the Cervix of Suck, ever did. For where the latter film only contributed just a fun euphemism for a dead and creatively bankrupt franchise desperately trying and ultimately failing to drum up any excitement whatsoever, the former film, the current film, Indiana Jones and the Fun Bags of Fleabag, I believe it's called, has earned a much more auspicious bit of shorthand, and it's 5 words long. Biggest goddamn box office flop in history. Okay, that's 7 words, but I think you get the point. And no, I haven't seen this latest picture, Indiana Jones and the D Cups of Disaster, I believe it's called, but why the hell would I? First of all, I've only seen 2 movies in the theater since 2020, and they were both Top Gun Maverick. And that might be the most MAGA thing I have ever said on this program, but I digress. And second of all, because anybody who pays even casual attention to plot leaks already knew everything that happens in the film, Indiana Jones and the Fallopian Tubes of Failure, I believe it's called. Basically, everybody in the Western Hemisphere knew this thing had been reshot more times than a Russian oligarch before he jumps out a 6-story window. Everybody knew they had shot half a dozen different endings for this thing that were all reviled in their own unique way by the test audiences to whom they were shown. Because if there was anything the world needed in the summer of 2023, it was Henry Jones Jr., Indiana to his friends, as a grumpy, doddering husk of himself, teetering on the brink of death, the same age as the senile president with the degenerate crackhead son, being led around on one last adventure by the chick who played Lando Calrissian's feminist sex robot in that god-awful Han Solo movie, who is smarter than him, funnier than him, better at everything than he has ever been, and she's a British brunette who wildly overestimates her own attractiveness and don't need no man for nothing. So that's how you know this is a Kathy Kennedy production, folks. Well, that and the fact that it sucks and nobody went to see it, and it's losing so much money they'll probably have to invent a new number with more zeros. Been a hell of a fun month for the Disney company, don't you think? First, you release a movie, Indiana Jones and the Ovaries of Awfulness, I believe it's called, that bombs so hard it got a sympathy note from the people of Hiroshima. So hard it's beyond any and all dispute that it is the biggest financial disaster in the motion picture business since Heaven's Gate had a baby with Inchon and they named him John Carter. Then your stock price collapses, and then even the traditional backbone of your company's bottom line, namely theme park attendance, that's collapsing now too. The parks look like veritable ghost towns. It's almost like people have no interest in paying $1,000 to get their family in the door, only to be greeted by a hairy, bearded fat man in a dress who asks your daughter if she wants to go play dress up. It's almost as if the traditional core Disney audience, which for you viewers under 30, that used to be families with children and not transvestite homosexual they-thems, is trying to send the company some sort of message. And indeed, there were some rumblings last week that Bob Iger was about to embark on the mother of all house cleanings, that he's about to take a sledgehammer to Lucasfilm in particular. And he's put all the company's divisions on notice that they are going to be stepping back from all the race and sex and gender politics, and Disney is going to be spending more time making wholesome, traditional Disney content and less time trying to trans your kids. And it was an easy rumor to believe, except, no, it wasn't. Because this week, right on cue, like manna from the heavens, what do we get? We get leaked photos from the set of Snow Brown and the 7 random homeless dudes. More on that in a moment. Much, much more in a moment. I only came here tonight to do two things: chew bubblegum and mock Disney. And would you look at that? I'm fresh out of bubblegum. Jim Eagle, hit the damn music.
My friend, you have absolutely outdone yourself this time. That was absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 would advise to a friend. Let me tell you, bud. Let's go through and talk to chat for a minute. Everybody seems to have showed up in good order. Let's see where we're at. Scotty Waddles gets the gold. Izzy Pop gets the silver. And do I get the bronze? No. Ajok can't get the bronze because she's here.
What?
You're here.
Yeah.
So Claiborne County Transparency gets the bronze. Good job there. Swiss Miz barely missed it. Welcome back. Welcome in. Good to see you. Snark and Sass, we've got her here. Unindoctrinated has joined the chat. Mama Gnome swings through at the beginning of most of these, but she's super sweet and I love her to death. Princess OPD. What is it this week? Hamau News Queen Police Ogden, Utah. Okay. All right. Anti-At Jack, welcome in. Appreciate you coming by, Willow. And we'll go ahead and cut to the chase. M's Mad World. How you doing? Who else? Janica, welcome in. Harry Bonzel. Always get that wrong. Haven't seen you in a minute, bud. You know, anytime you do a live stream, I'm usually lurking in the background because I'm that creepy. The best I could do with it, right?
Right.
Yeah. You know why you're out here tonight?
Why am I out here?
All right. So I've been thinking about this whole auditing and cop watching thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been bugging my nerves in the back of my head. And there was something that was just bugging at me that I couldn't quite put my finger on, and I didn't know quite what it was that was tickling it. And Joe Cool did a video a couple of days ago, might have uploaded it yesterday or the day before, and it shows the exact problem that I was trying to parse out in my head. So here's what I think this video shows. While it shows an improvement on the state and federal level,
Mm-hmm.
it demonstrates a distinct break between the state and federal level to your local county and city people. Every single county and city deputy in this video immediately demands ID and gives directives and orders. Everyone above the city local level, don't. They treat people with respect.
I agree.
So our cops, who might have once been the cream of the crop, have been completely talent sniped by every state and federal agency in existence. So you're literally left to use the Apple reference, the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
On the local and county level, you're typically dealing with the least desirable law enforcement officers in the nation. Am I wrong?
No.
Does that check out with everybody in chat? Does that make sense? Hey, North Alabama Cryptid, David Baxter. Good to see you, bud. You know how I feel about long names. So we're going to check out this video in a few pieces. It sort of naturally breaks into three parts. There's the first part where he's kind of mucking around alone, and then there's the piece where he's messing with the state guy, and then he runs into another. He runs into a deputy, then a state guy, then another deputy, then another state guy, and then wraps up getting directives from some random asshole deputy who just wanted to get his 2 cents in. I guess I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. I only watched it once, and then I went and got just uproariously drunk. So
Got it.
Could be a little off base. Just saying, memories.
Hey, be nice.
I am being nice.
All right, don't act like.
We're over here doing an investigation.
Thank you.
You have
Investigating what?
permission from any of them over there?
I didn't need permission for what? Have I got
Stay right
permission?
And by the way,
one
folks,
that can see.
if by chance I happen to say something negative about this video in the process of watching this video, there's nothing negative on Joe Cool. Me and him have had some excellent conversations in the past, and it's an observation that I'm making about what he has captured. It's not so much about the interaction between him and the cops as it is with the cops with just a random guy with camera. That's my issue.
Maybe I'm cynical, but what do you think when a cop asks, "Can I help you?"
What's going on, man? No, I'm good, man. I'm just filming, man. You go about your day.
Don't get in the yard.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna do any breaking of your rules or do anything. I'm just filming. Relax, mind your business. I'll mind mine.
For the vision impaired, I'm going to walk you through this. First cop's an idiot. They make the best dance partners, but a more talented cop is about to rescue him from certain embarrassment.
Hey, man, can I chat with you?
Of course you can. I'm a nice guy. I don't know why he's giving me orders. I would not interfere in your day, bro.
No, we appreciate it. Hey,
My
man,
man.
you got a constitutional right to sit here and record.
Love it.
All right. Local sheriff, local deputy, local PD from 30 yards away. Don't get in the yard. Don't cross the line. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. And not saying don't film, but that's really what he wants, is for you to immediately stop filming. Right. This other guy, he comes walking over to kind of smooth it over because apparently the state boys are a little bit more adaptable. He saw what was happening and was like, hold up, we got to fix this. But even then, this interaction you're fixing to see leans heavily on Joe's willingness. Well, first of all, Joe, I see nowhere where Joe goes wrong. He does everything just right. He stays in public. His feet are clear. His eyes are clear. His camera is clear. And every time he's broached by someone else, it's the other person's negative. They have no business to mess with him. He's just random Joe on the street out there filming stuff. That shouldn't be a threat. Should it?
No.
That's the point, right? Is for
Right.
every single citizen to be able to say, I saw it happen and here's the film. Whatever it was. Good, bad, ugly, clean. We don't care. We just want the actual truth when the time comes to hold people accountable, that the people who should be held accountable get held accountable and nobody gets away. Thank you, Swiss Miss. I admit all of these videos are linked in the description. All of the channels are too. Well, the channels are linked in the description. I prefer y'all to go look for the videos because I'm that sort of asshole. I'm still a troll at heart. I can't help it. But have you seen this video yet?
No.
No. How many auditors do I have hearing me over there right now?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Shit.
Just currently in the room with you?
Just me.
Just you? Awesome. I still haven't seen Truth Be Told show up in my chat. You're going to have to thump him in the nut for me.
Like, got no issues with that. All we're going to ask you to do is
Careful.
If you watch this channel, you'll understand this. This cop is probably no better than the first cop, but he's better at it.
Be
It's-
careful.
Hey,
I'm going to be careful. I'm
Make
gonna
Joe,
it legal. If it's a favor, say that. If you give me a lawful order, say that.
I will give you a lawful order.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to do,
Yeah.
which is the lawful order, is
Yeah.
you need to stay off the property that we're executing the search warrant.
All right. So to start with, before anybody ever said anything to Joe at all, it is already suspect, if not illegal, for him to walk on this gentleman's property any farther than that front door using the path to the front door. That's it. That's the only thing that might be permissible. And we have multiple AJOTs that are randomly coming in. Oh, okay. I see now. You want to unmute yourself? You could try.
Yeah,
There you go.
I had to switch devices.
Now I'm distracted and don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
Anybody out there in YouTube land have any idea what I'm saying?
no.
Right. Okay.
Wouldn't do that. At least that was my attention.
There's a fence between us. This shit drives me crazy.
No, that's all.
I'll stay the public easement.
That was my point right there. There's already markers enough that no one has to tell a random stranger not to get in the yard. And then there's cops there in the yard, which would make it an immediate trespass. All they have to do is turn and look at the owner and be like, you don't want him here, right? And they'd be like, no, and that's a trespass. Leave now. You leave, you walk out back out to the sidewalk, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Joe knows this. What do they think? Who do they think they're protecting or serving? No, they just get a nice little ego rub from giving a directive that has to be followed. What's up, Skelly? Good to see you, bud. So this cop rubs his ego a little bit, and then the very next cop goes to jerk off on his ego, but it doesn't really work out for him because Joe. I love Joe a lot. He reminds me of the sheriff from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
When you first meet him and you're being nice, he's super saccharin, sweet, nice. How you doing? Isn't it a lovely day? Aren't we out here on a lovely evening? And then the second they go negative, suddenly you get the other Joe. And that's like Wolfman Jack over there. It's amazing. But no, you don't get none of that here. He just says be nice a lot, which is a good bit of advice if you ask me.
Right.
I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Stay at the public easement.
All right. What's your name, man?
I'm Mike Hecht.
I'm Joe.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joe, I'm a CBI agent. So
CBI, what's CBI?
Colorado Bureau of Investigation.
Okay. What do you like? Kind of like FBI for a state level?
Kind of.
Cool.
We're the State Bureau of
How
Investigation.
you doing?
So we come down and we help smaller agencies out.
Very good.
So
Very good. You sound more professional than a lot of these other agencies, bro.
dude, you got it right. We're not here to smash that, any of that kind of stuff.
I love it.
You don't have to talk to me, any of that stuff.
No. I appreciate it. And I do this. I film police. This is my job.
Yeah, we chopping it up here. But for the vision impaired, we're just charming each other for info. And he's a cop, so he's still down to give an order.
All across the nation, I'm comparing you to cops and FBI agents and government employees and shit.
Do you live down here?
I don't. I live in Chicago. I'm up here a lot. I got friends up here, but I've been across the country for the last 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this. We have some people here that kind of work undercover sometimes.
Yeah.
Our job is to stop drugs and.
All right. Now, why this is mentioned at all, I have no idea. Why this man feels it is necessary to admit that possibly some of the people in frame might maybe be undercover, even if they are. You would do better by not calling attention to it and just pretending it never happened. Chances are no one will notice. I mean, after all, Joe's not exactly from Colorado, if you catch my drift. Most of his fans are East Coast, although he's got a boatload of them.
Right.
I would imagine most of them are Chicago and East Coast based, upper Midwest types. I don't know. Just makes sense. A lot of mine are in the Southeast. I think it's the accent. Hello, LBG. What is up? Am I ATL? Am I stuttering? That Red Bull will be working on it, don't it? Right? Smells like there's something on fire in there and it's distracting me. What's up, ATL? Good to see you, bud.
On fire.
So if you would avoid filming us, we would appreciate it.
You know, if there's someone in particular, you point them out to me, say, Joe, this guy, be helpful if this guy stays off camera or something. I'll make sure I try to help you out.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, Mike, you be easy and,
You too. Yeah, just do us a favor. If you stay out in the public easement,
Did Joe just growl at him? Grr.
That's when you know he's aggravated.
Right, I missed that the first time through. That's glorious. I might have to clip that.
I appreciate it, man.
all right, Mike, you be easy and,
You too. Yeah, just do us a favor. Public easement, that's all we ask.
Yeah.
So appreciate it, Joe.
appreciate you. If you see me doing something wrong, you let me know. You as well.
Mike's cool. He brought good energy and got good energy in return. First clown, though. That's what cats like me dream about. Mike did his apartment a solid, but there's always another clown around the corner. And in this case, literally.
I can't really see from here. Let's go around back.
Clown around every corner. It's a good description of the police.
What do you call someone who steals a bait car? Thief.
What's going on?
You.
What's up?
You get that, right? Even if
Yeah.
it, even if it's just put out there to catch you, it's still not your car. It's no different from stealing a normal car. In fact, it's charged exactly the same way. A lot of people are like, but isn't it entrapment? No, it's not their car. If they hadn't stole the car, it would have been a problem. They just walked by the car like most normal people do. They wouldn't be in jail. Now, I'm not a huge fan of undercover DEA agents going to people's houses and like that. That's a whole nother ball game. Those people are dirty.
Got business here?
Yeah, right now my business is filming you and be nice. Yeah,
Filming me and what?
I say be nice.
I am being nice.
Right, don't act
So
like.
we're over here doing an investigation.
Thank you.
Do you have
Investigating what?
permission from any of them over there?
I didn't need permission for what? Do I got
Stay right
permission?
I dig this. He don't really think I'm gonna hurt him. He's just resorting to a flex because his brain's a bit broken because these cats are never challenged.
Do I got
Stay right
permission? Oh, I won't get closer to you. Do I have their permission for what?
Hold on a second.
All right.
This is me flexing.
What's
in
up,
return.
Graham? Good to see you, bud. Yep, late.
Yeah.
They're doing an active investigation right there.
Investigating what?
I don't know.
You don't know? They didn't tell you over the radio? I'm missing my footage, man.
Hold up. Homie has walked up and detained Joe Cool and then told him to hold on so I could get directions from headquarters because I can't make decisions on my own. There's a guy out here filming. Is he on the property? No, he's on the other side of the fence. Then leave him alone. But he's filming over the top of the fence. What is he, 6'4"? Yes. Okay. God damn, what a big bitch.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's no different from having a selfie stick long enough to get over the top. It's you do create your own privacy as far as you can, but that's the limit you get. Put a roof on it. And the rest of the time.
What?
Don't record over the fence, please.
No. Is there a law? Be nice. That's what I meant when I said be nice. If you have a lawful order, I'll absolutely follow it. If you're giving me advice, say it's advice. Is there a law that I can't film over this fence?
I'm clipping that. Be
Is there a
nice.
law?
Right? I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Be nice. That he's not.
I mean,
and while
coming from Joe Cool, you know what I'm saying? Just the way that he's saying it, yeah.
But Joe Cool can be a very, very nice man. He can. You see him do it the first half of
His
most
niceness is not
it is
natural.
sarcastic too.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
natural. It's over the top and and it's meant to be.
Right.
He wants to trigger the ones who can be triggered.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only ones he cares about. If they're not going to get triggered by his over niceness, there's no law against being too nice.
Right.
So why do they care?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yes, AJ got the package. I sent you an email.
As far as I can tell, Joe is really nice to everyone until you tell a lie, misrepresent yourself,
or don't agree with him.
Well, no, he doesn't dislike you, but he won't debate you after that. That's the thing, is like, if y'all disagree on some critical shit, maybe y'all just shouldn't be in the same room together. And I guess he just takes that to heart. So it makes sense that if you have a particular disagreement that he might not show back up. That's enough.
I apologize, ATL.
What the hell am I missing here?
Oh, he sent a package for Baby Justice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All
I thought
right,
I confirmed, but I didn't. But now I am.
Okay. All right. And Anti-At Jack has something in the chat for us. Yeah, there you go. If you're interested in such things. Hello, Burnaby. Welcome in, girl. You the one. Yeah, no, this guy has a clinical problems. Look at him. He comes up, detains an individual, fails to detain him, and then tries to detain him again by telling him he can't do something that's perfectly legal that Joe is uniquely suited to be able to do, because his little short ass ain't gonna be filming over the top of that fence, is he? Look how tall that fence is. And Joe could barely get over it.
It ain't that high.
Yeah, but he ain't tall.
Yeah, right.
That's his problem. He's seen a tall man and got his dick hard for something. He's gonna start some shit. He's gonna arrest him, a tall man.
That I can't film over this fence. Sheriff, what's your name? George? Grant? All right. Is there a law that I can't film over this fence, Grant?
They're doing an investigation right now.
Is that a yes or no?
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So this guy shows up and saves that guy because that guy's an idiot. This guy knows it. Let me know when I go wrong on this.
Well, Grant's acting weird in my opinion.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's giving me a lawful order that I can't film over this gate. And that's not a lawful order because anything I can see from a public position, I can film.
You're absolutely right. You
All
can't,
right.
you can't record.
And I am not here to cause any trouble. I know we
you're
done
fine.
mad.
You're fine.
Thank
You're good. Yeah, no worries, man.
All right.
Just so you know.
Boom. We have more directives. The very second they come to an accord and they agree on something, the officer is immediately compelled by his internal ego to immediately give a directive to somebody who doesn't.
Yes.
Why?
I
want to get like that super clip of that the preacher asking why, and just fill this slam full of it.
Right.
Oh, that's railroad right away, so you're not allowed to be over there.
Yeah.
All right. Railroad.
Appreciate you.
Man. So just like
And
you can't go
by
that
the
way.
way,
Yeah, you're good to go around, man. You're fine.
the other guy up front, super professional.
Oh, the
guy in the flag, yes, he talked to me.
Awesome, man.
Brilliant guy. He
That's good
said
to
the same shit you said.
Awesome, bro. Have a good one.
Be easy, you too.
Damn, they don't teach that shit at the academy.
I would like to get that guy
After doing some
identified.
asking around.
All right, I got no idea what this investigation is.
Word is, this is the third time this house has been raided.
Like he's sweating, he's working hard over there doing something. Let's be. Yeah, they throwing something to the side, something. Yeah, they're fucking pulling the plants up.
From the other side of the house, you could see the cops robbing this guy of all his hard work. And we're in Colorado, so I guess legal is subjective.
All right. Flow State. Usually I would agree with you, but I happen to know an individual who was born for no other purpose than to be a cop. And he is a cop, and he's a good cop. And I know you don't believe such things exist, but he would never, ever, ever permit anything to happen that would prevent him from being a cop, which means he can't work with bad cops either, because that might interfere perhaps one day with him being a cop, and he won't have it. It's his only purpose in existence, and it has been since he was a child. So I kind of trust him to do cop things. Well, of course you are, Carrie, and fuck you, Carrie.
Fuck you.
A good cop is sort of like jumbo shrimp.
As far as the two cops who protected my right to film that day, nigga, you did what you supposed to.
We should rewind that part.
All right, hold on. All right, so this one you might recognize. This one you might not. Yep, this is a. All right, so we have an old subscriber to the channel. I've known him since before he actually started doing content. And when
John Eagle?
John Eagle, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he had this serious moment of like he had gotten together some stuff and he was thinking about uploading it and he kind of decided not to, right? And I was like, nah, dude, what you got? The worst that could happen is no one watch it. That's the worst that happens. That's it. That's the biggest negative you'll come to. And if that happens, either start a new channel and try again with a slightly different bent, or just get over it. Live the rest of your life. It's your choice, dude. And he uploaded it. And now he's got what, 60,000 subscribers or something?
Oh no, I know he got a lot.
He got a bunch, and he did it quick too. And he did it doing exactly 51K, doing exactly what he wanted to do. And I love it. I love every inch of it. It's one of the more amazing YouTube stories for me, in my opinion. But he basically goes and does these interaction reviews, I guess you'd call it. Right? It's not audit specifically, so it's not an audit. It's not a cop watch. It's anytime cops interact with people and it goes kind of cheesy.
Right.
It's not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. Typically it's bad because almost all interactions with cops are almost always bad because it's your worst day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, then again, they don't show up to help typically. I mean, it's usually to do paperwork.
Get out, you're about to get ripped out of the car. Let me go. No, I'm not letting you go. Run. We got them lookers.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't have anything.
It's on the porch still.
He didn't pick up the package. So
if you don't slow down and do right, God gonna get you, man.
Welcome back. Today's video.
That's one of my favorite clips. I might have to clip that and put it in the intro. But if you don't slow down and do right, God gonna get you, man. That's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
Video comes from Somerville, South Carolina. And then August 20th of 2020, the police department was doing a controlled delivery. Well, what they'll do is they'll have a package that has drugs in it and put it on your porch.
All right. So what this man's fixing to describe is one of the worst cases of federal and state entrapment I've ever heard of. This idea, this absolute insane idea, is just the type of crap you get from federal and state agencies. This is just the type of dopey shit that three-letter agencies come up with, right? I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can actually catch the whole shtick, because it is redonkulous. This is so stupid. Have you seen this video?
No, and I'm glad you backed it up a little because I was going to ask.
Right. Okay. So a quick run over what I clicked the wrong button there. What they do is they take drugs and they put it on your front porch, like in an Amazon box. And you come out and you see the Amazon box and you pick up the Amazon box and walk across your threshold and they scream, go, 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 and run in and catch you with a bunch of drugs. It gives them probable cause.
Right. I got, yeah.
Probable cause for them to enter your residence and search for other shit. They can say, okay, well, we know these drugs were there, but any other drugs we can charge you for.
Right.
That is straight up and trap.
It comes from Somerville, South Carolina. And then August 20th of 2020, the police department was doing a controlled delivery. Well, what they'll do is they'll have a package that has drugs in it and put it on your porch. And if whoever picks that package up and takes it in their house, they're allowed to go in your house and arrest you. So what they did was they put one of these. It
should be Flow State.
The porch of a house that Timmy Miles was visiting. So he wasn't expecting a package. So eventually, however this happened, they lost sight of the package. I don't know how you could do that if you're surveilling the darn thing.
Entrapment, planting, whatever you want to call it.
You could make the argument for an entire distribution system just to put that one package on that one porch.
Oh, yeah.
Trafficking, selling, buying, the whole nine. Because how did they get?
I mean, they're the dealer, and we would be, the middleman. I mean, and that aspect.
The problem I have with it is if I came home and found a package on my front porch, I would pick it up and set it next to the coffee pot where all the mail goes, and then I'd get raided. But and not because I'm expecting any drugs, but because I sometimes get stuff from Amazon, or sometimes my kids do, or my wife does, or my baby mom, or her husband does. You know,
Looks like any other package.
any other package out there would just I would look for an address or whatever, and if there was one, it would be put in the slot for the people it belongs to, and that is as far as it would go. If there wasn't an address on it, I'm not sure what I would do with it. It might, after seeing this story, I would bring.
You received the package at your house, but it didn't have any information on it.
No address or anything like that.
Yeah, hell
right.
no. I wouldn't even touch that bitch. It'd stay right there.
So correct me if I'm wrong. If they put an address on it and fake the whole federal system markings, would that bring federal charges against this agency? Because that's mucking with the mail, isn't it? Pretending to be.
Technically it should, but
shouldn't it?
It should. In my opinion, but would it?
Welcome in, bud.
What's up, Toe?
I think it should. I mean, it should at least render this a completely immutable. You can't do this because you're supposed to trust the mail. You're not supposed to doubt the mail. Right. It's a federal agency. It's supposed to be reliable.
Yeah, well, so is our government, but how's that working for us?
They're not. They seem. I'm not. That's not. We're not. Okay.
He's leaving. So what they do is they follow him, and Officer Barnell and his buddies pull him over, and this is where the body cam starts when he starts talking to him.
I know what you picked up. I know what you picked up over there. Okay.
What I picked up?
Yeah. Well, come on. Get out of the car.
No, I ain't getting out the car till y'all tell me what's going on.
We're about to tell you what's going on. Come on.
No, bro. What's going on?
So as you can see, Timmy Miles is very confused on why they stopped him in the first place. They could have told him, but they don't. The other officer you heard saying, "We know what you picked up over there," even though the package that they left is still there on the porch. So he doesn't want to get out of his car, but
it is a crime to imitate an officer. It is a crime to imitate to dress up like a post office employee. It is a crime to touch a mailbox. It is a crime to artificially stamp envelopes or correspondence with postal markings. All of these are felonies. All of them. You can't pretend to be the post office, even to bus people.
Did you know that it's illegal to pet manatees in Florida? Sorry,
yes,
I saw a news clip and I was like,
you're not supposed to touch them. They get, if you touch them and you mess with them, it's like a stray dog. They get the idea, or if you feed them,
yes.
do that.
Right.
They get the idea that people are okay, and then they come close to boats and get chopped.
Yeah.
And
they're endangered. Yeah. Fun fact I learned today.
I'm not gonna lie. I always wanted to eat one.
Ew.
Officer Bear News starts getting mad at Timmy and uses physical force to remove him from his vehicle.
Let me record this. Okay. Y'all got y'all. Whoa! What y'all got y'all camera on?
We're recording right now, so come on out.
What's going on?
We got the camera on.
Yeah, come on out.
Right?
Come on out.
Oh no! Don't grab me! Don't grab me! Don't grab me!
All right, well, we're telling you, giving you lawful order. If you don't get out, you're about to get ripped out of the car.
Well, go ahead.
So
okay, wait.
I'm not.
So you don't have to back up the video, but let's back up the conversation.
Okay, no, we're good.
The package is on his porch.
Not his porch. No. Apparently, he delivered something else.
Oh, he delivered some package.
So Grubhub or some other thing. He took an envelope by the place and dropped it in the mail slot or something.
Whose mail?
It's the same house that they are trying to entrap with the package on the porch. He showed
but
up.
the guy that delivered it is just the delivery.
No. This is a totally separate interaction that has nothing to do with the drugs, the cops, or the house. He is merely delivering some random thing that was asked to be delivered over there.
Okay.
As soon as he drove away, they come charging after for having picked up the package. They never bothered to check and see that the package is still on the porch.
So they thought he went to the house and had the package with him, didn't deliver it, whatever.
They didn't even check. Nobody else looked up there to see if the package was still there. They just took off after this guy, completely blowing the entire op.
The package that was supposed to be picked up wasn't picked up, but they thought it whatever. And
that package should never be touched by anyone ever because it doesn't belong to anyone in the house. right?
Okay, right.
It's
Yes.
been artificially placed on the porch by no organization or agency that should be delivering packages. And this guy delivers a totally separate thing like Grubhub or
Okay.
along those lines. And they didn't bother checking to see whether their package was still there. They just chased a dude that left the yard because you know how cops and dogs are similar.
Right.
They chase anything that runs.
Yes. All right. I'm there.
All right. So this dude, before we get started, this guy has nothing to do with the drugs, nothing to do with the house, nothing to do with the investigation, and no reason to be harassed on this day. He is merely doing his job. Copy.
Got you.
Right.
Do that. So come on out. We'll explain it to you.
Tell you, dude. Come on, step out of the car. Let me go.
No, I'm not letting you go.
Bro, let me
this is
go,
your last
bro.
chance, man.
No.
Get the fuck out.
Officer Bernu grabs Timmy's arm, then eventually chokes him and punches him in the face several times to get him out of the car.
They pretty much abused an old man because he didn't immediately comply with orders because he didn't know what was going on.
I mean, I didn't see the physical. I don't know. I didn't think he was old, but not that that matters.
Somebody punch me in my face. What's going on? I just left my grandson's house. What's going on? Somebody punch me in my face.
So he just said, I just left my grandson's house. Now tell me what's going on. Now, this guy is perfectly rational. I believe the conversation might have covered this entire encounter. Had the cops merely said, by the way, did you get a package? And he say, no, can we search the car? And if he says no, then we can have this discussion. But somebody should be checking that package up on the porch in the first place.
Right.
That's where the package being on the porch at all is where all of this goes off the rails. This is
It's
wrong.
a suspicious
So many
package. Right.
Delivered by the police. Yes.
But they're trying to play it off as they didn't deliver it,
Exactly.
but they know what's in it.
Uh-huh. So that if you pick it up and walk in your house, they can kick in your door and search your entire life.
Right, and know that they got the bus or whatever.
It's manufactured evidence. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Like I said, and before I saw this story, if a package showed up at my house and was just outside the door, I would have picked it up and dropped it on the ottoman in the living room where unknown packages go until we figure out whose they are. Right. At this point, however, if it ain't got some very clear postal markings of some sort in there, or I didn't see the delivery guy and sign for it, it might not come in my house at all, because this is freakishly scary.
It is, but we have no idea what the package looked like, right? We don't have details.
We haven't shown the package. We just know the package is actually full of drugs.
Okay.
So while they're here screwing with this guy, some dope boy might be up the hill picking up their package full of drugs, and they wouldn't know.
Gotcha.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you what's going on. What's going on? What?
He was wrapping up, so
Yeah, bud. I've been pretty busy the past week.
So after that just happened, one of the officers approaches Officer Bernu and suggests that they go back to the porch and see if the package that they planted is still there.
At the house? Yeah, we need to go there now. Yep.
Hey, if we need to do it, we need to fucking.
So the officers have to go confirm and see if the package is still on the porch where they left it. Because if it is, they have nothing.
Right. So not only do they have nothing here, there was a whole 12 or 14 minute period where that package was completely unobserved. And now the chain of evidence on that package is now suspect. Because you don't know, some dope boy might have swapped out packages. It could be full of styrofoam now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there should be charges amongst the police force for this trash, but that's just me. Maybe I'm a bit dense.
No, I mean, if we were to uphold the law and everybody has to follow the law no matter what, then that is the way it should go down.
I agree. I mean, accountability, transparency, and accountability.
I mean, you fucked up.
This I think this is not only morally, but I think it's legally suspect as hell.
Well, yeah. Okay, play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't have anything.
See if he's up on one.
Yeah, ATL. Back in the 80s, they just sprinkle some crack on them and throw a gun next to them and walk away. And I'm not joking. Look up Murder Inc.
16, 17. You want a cookie? Omega?
It's not there. They lost sight of the box, and this car left. We stopped it. He didn't want to get out.
Boom. Right here. Chain of evidence broken.
So they don't know where it's at. So then they still don't have shit.
No, these people could have come out, picked up the box, and walked across the street or down the street or up the mountain, down the mountain.
So at this point, do they search that guy in the car?
They're already searched. They've already snatched him out of the car and shaken
I
his.
saw that. I didn't see them. Okay.
Yeah. They punched him in the face, bro.
Well, that was to get him out of the car. I didn't know they would, whatever.
All right.
We had to extract them. It's not there. Yeah. Yep. We got them lookers.
Eventually, the officers will confirm that the package is still on the porch. Even though they're the ones who lost sight of it, they didn't see Timmy actually take it. So once they confirm the package is still there, that means that they didn't have any probable cause to take Timmy out of his car or even pull him over. But since they messed up, they still got to charge him with something. So they charge him with resisting arrest.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Resisting arrest is a secondary charge, right?
Right.
So you have to be charged.
Failure to identify.
You have to be charged with a crime and then arrested and then resist that arrest to receive a resisting arrest charge, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, so they're fixing to arrest this guy.
I believe they opened the door, went to choke him, and pulled him out. Right?
That's kind of what it looked like. I mean,
New grabs Timmy's arm, then eventually chokes him and punches him in the face several times to get him out of the car.
Right. So then they walk around the outside here, and they all huddle together and conspire to charge this individual with anything to make it okay that they just beat his ass in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Get a dog, because right now he's going to say no. I mean, he didn't pick up the package. So get a dog, make sure it was following cause. We search the car. I mean, I already popped the trunk for safety, but
they should
be. The package is still there. They know at this point, they know he didn't touch the package, but they're going to violate his Fourth Amendment.
They're fixing to violate every amendment they can get their hands on because they punched him in the face mainly to shut him up. Now that he's quote unquote not happy, he's not going to give them permission to search. So they're going to go get a dirty dog, to give them to get more manufactured permission.
But they know that the package is still there, right? At this point, or is it still missing? I'm just curious.
But we also don't know how clean that package was, how well sealed it was, and what kind of drugs might be in it.
I got all that.
Walking by it might have been enough to leave trace amounts on the edge of this dude so that the dog would automatically respond whenever he came close to the car.
And I think at this point, it doesn't matter whether that happened or not. They're going to make it right.
That dog is going to
alert. Yeah.
He is going to. There is no doubt in this man's mind. Get us a dog here so we can search. But why did they want to search if the package is still there? I'm utterly baffled. They're just covering their ass now. They got to find something to charge as a primary charge so that the resisting arrest can stick.
I heard that, Omega.
Yeah, had the wrong address. I saw that shit.
Yeah. I have to call LJ.
So now they're going to call a K9 unit to get probable cause to search his car to try to justify what they just did. While waiting for the K9 unit, Timmy gives Officer Bernu a piece of his mind.
Doing nothing, I get punched. You brave, you brave cat. With all that shit on, you real brave to be punching on, choking people and shit, man. You wrong. I'm gonna tell you something. And mark my word. If you don't stop, God gonna get you, bruh. I'm for real now. If you don't slow down and do right, God gonna get you, man. I'm for real. I don't care how much hatred you have against me. You hate, when you hate me, you hate God.
I believe God may have acted through the form of John Eagle.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, to have somebody who was just victimized like that speak what he's speaking right now, you know what I mean? It's saying something.
It is.
You're not hearing that.
You need to be thinking on your soul there, son.
Yeah,
You're doing it wrong. You were here to.
Anybody else would lose their shit, right? And be screaming and yelling and cursing, but he's like,
These people are here in the first place to entrap some people.
Right.
That's their initial purpose. So this doesn't seem too far out of their purview, and that's what really twists my pickle. This is wrong. That was wrong. This is wrong. All of these things are wrong. If anyone were to do this in any other direction, we would be arrested and locked up. But it's okay for them. I don't understand.
Bruh. I'm telling you now, we might be different, but deep down inside, we the same motherfucking color flipping. For real, I don't care what.
Did he call him pimping?
Of conspiracy, my nigga. On the real, you had no business choking and putting on me like that. I would have complied only if you'd have let me know what the fuck was going on. I come out my yard, everybody swarming me and punching me and throwing me on the ground. That's ruthless, that's thuggish. So y'all call us motherfucking thugs.
He's got a fact right there.
Good news is that you're alive and you're picking.
Good news is you're alive. You made it.
So sad that he's not wrong about that statement. Good news is you survived. Most people in your situation are either permanently injured or murdered.
Right.
And
but to sit there and rub it in their face, you know what I mean? Like, you're lucky I didn't.
Ego.
It's more than just ego at that point, I think.
Well, no, they know they've done wrong. Now that they've done wrong, they can't be perceived as having done wrong. So they're going to have to do something to drum up some wrong that he did that they can offset their wrong.
Right. But the fact that, if they accomplish it, they'll get away with it.
Legal fiction.
You going down for that one, for real? On everything, you going down. If it take my life, you going down. For choking me, you going down. I'm not threatening you, but God gonna get you, bro. For real, you ain't had to put your hand on my neck. It ain't that serious. For whatever you looking for,
It almost sounded like you said dick, not Nick.
Nah, it's not this for real quick, beyond the car. One thing, if there's don't get on that call called 6
All right, unindoctrinated. I appreciate you coming by, bud.
It's a girl.
I called you bud. Back off.
No, you really don't.
I call you sweetest.
Call her hen.
No. I do not conduct a search on my car.
Eventually, the K9 unit will arrive, go around the car several times, and doesn't alert to anything.
Interesting.
Clean as a whistle. Unfortunately, I have you over the dog. Why?
I mean, just move me up or
I'm
over.
working.
Click, grab, go.
doesn't
No.
That's not how it works. It works this way. No, that's not it either. This
I
way.
think
That's back there. This. Yeah, there we go.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to Sasquatch Radio, where the technical issues are part of the show.
Part of the show.
Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Hope you use a good
So get
technically
this.
for that one.
So even though
Gary.
they had no probable cause,
See you later, Omega.
they confirmed that the package was still on the porch and Timmy didn't take it. And they let the dog do a sniff around the car 6 or 7 times. And Timmy denied consent for them to search his car. They do it anyway.
ABC didn't get what they wanted, so they did D.
Right. So they followed all the rules and all the laws until it didn't work. Then they said, screw that shit. We're doing it anyway. We'll just charge him with resisting arrest as if that's an actual charge, because you know what happens later, right? The DA throws that shit out. He shrugs it off and goes on with his life because he'd rather do that than try to sue these people.
I mean, I hope, yeah. Check you later, Scully.
Yeah, Scully, appreciate you coming by, bud. Oh, yeah. I don't do Instagram. That's why that's so confusing to me. But now they're just going to search anyway. So what was the point in all that?
So what's the ending part? This is not how they end it.
Legitimacy?
What?
For the illusion of legitimacy.
Yes.
That's the only purpose to
After
put on this whole
illegally
charade.
searching Timmy's car, they find this empty plastic bag, which they say that smells like marijuana.
Of course.
Eventually, EMS finally arrives to take Timmy to the hospital.
Did you get under that seat, too?
We're gonna charge them, release the car to mom, and then.
You see how it's fucking ripped? When you go buy a bag and shit, it's not ripped like that.
With his name on it and the.
I can neither confirm nor deny
After
that
this
statement.
incident, Timmy Miles went on to file a complaint with the Somerville, South Carolina Police Department. After reviewing the body cam footage, they ended up firing Officer Barno for what he did and sent their findings to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. After their investigation was over, they charged former Officer Barno with third-degree battery and assault. And on August 19th, 2022, Mr. Miles filed a lawsuit against the Somerville, South Carolina Police Department and former Officer Barno under 42 USC 1983. So as you people know, these lawsuits take time. So when I get an update, I'll inform you. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
So how much of an asshole can I be tonight?
I don't know, but what is that lawsuit going to do?
It will cost the taxpayers of whichever agency it is that they're a part of. That's assuming they can dislodge qualified immunity in the first place. I mean, he was charged with assault, so chances are qualified immunity is already thrown out.
Right.
Which should open the door to a lawsuit, which should affect the administrative branch of all this to be able to say, chill the fuck out. Right?
But time and time again, we have seen that doesn't work.
I'm going to fall back to my previous statement about the local PD and whatnot having their best talent picked by higher agencies that can offer more money. And so your better officers, your better Leos are actually in higher levels of government and probably on harder lockdown than the locals. So like all you end up with are people who lived their whole life wanting to be a local cop. They just want to walk the local beat. That's their driving force in life. I suppose someone like that might exist.
So what
Or
is
they didn't qualify for higher government.
right? What is the reward of the lawsuit of this lawsuit? Like
Long term, perhaps establishment of case law and
is he getting money? Is he getting
I
confiscated?
don't know. It hasn't actually happened yet. So they're setting up for lawsuits and stuff.
Okay. Because that's where my mindset, I just had a conversation with Truth Be Told. You know, most when you hear about lawsuits and civil lawsuits, it's
Hold on a second. Carrie, precedent actually does kind of set statute and law. If you once you have a precedent case to call back to where judges have already ruled in a given favor, then it's easier to get another judge to agree with previous judges than it is to invent a brand new precedent.
correct. I agree.
It creates statute, but it creates case law, not litigation, not shit like the three branches of government type of legislation, not legislation. Right. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
Create case law, not legislation. So it's the interpretation of the law, not the actual writing of it. Like we can all agree. I think we all agree that it is wrong to take some drugs and put it on somebody's porch, and that it is further wrong to then raid that house because they picked up a package on their porch that they had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all agree that's wrong, but in the eyes of the law, it is evidence.
Right. So the only thing so the lawsuit should be that his rights were violated, correct?
Oh wow, his rights were violated from start to finish. I mean, his Fourth Amendment was so his. I mean, even his personal safety. I mean, homie beat him, kicked him out. He made him bite the curb and shit. Like,
right. And if that officer was fired, right, for his wrongdoing,
get charged.
What?
Fired and charged.
Fired and charged. Then what is the purpose of a lawsuit?
For homie to get some cash, I suppose. I mean, from his perspective, but further,
is that going to change anything?
Precedent. You have to set precedent and given in every district. There's like a whole bunch of different districts, and until something occurs in that district that's close enough to that type of activity, no precedent has been set. It's not technically illegal for the government to do it.
Yeah.
That has to do with case law and statute. Like say you had the Seventh Circuits, right? Until a case is heard in the Seventh Circuit that matches this shit exactly, this will be perfectly legal in the Seventh Circuit if it's interpreted to be so.
The action of violating his rights?
The way it happened, the circumstances, all of it. When it comes down to setting precedent, it's very specific in a lot of cases.
But when it came to the searching alone, okay, forget, say the beginning of it was whatever. When it came to the searching, and it was, like we said, ABC didn't work, so they did D, which was already way, way too far.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I'm not debating that point. I'm simply stating that I don't know which circuit this would be in. So whether or not a case that is precedent for this type of situation is set seems to be so because he was charged with assault and has a lawsuit on the way. The lawsuit in this case would be achieving damages incurred for the actions made by the officers, but would probably sue the department itself.
I mean,
you got to hit them in the wallet every chance you get.
But I guess I don't know enough lawsuits that have ended in where the payout is better
Think
for
so.
the long haul?
I don't know which circuit this is, dude. I just said I don't know which circuit. I don't remember. And that would be the determining factor, I suppose. You recognize this video?
I think so, yeah.
So this is Truth Be Told, not his most recent one, but like the one. No, don't do that. I don't want that. Okay.
What's up, y'all?
This is with the girl or
Central Louisiana.
the black guy?
Traffic stop.
This is one I missed. I
Backup
haven't
showing
seen
up
this
right
one.
now.
Threw it in, so I'd have something new to watch.
I mean, I did a live last night.
I was asleep by 9 o'clock last night. Maybe before. I don't remember exactly when I went to sleep. I just rolled over and went to sleep.
Mobile media out here with us tonight.
Check you later, Graham.
South Carolina.
Thank you.
Right.
Well,
That is correct.
I don't answer questions. Nah.
Thank you, Graham. It was good
Keep
to
my
see you, bud.
distance. What's your bubble? They don't have no plate on the back of this car right here. You can step back over. You can step back over that way.
See that lip poke out?
Unlawful
What?
directive already.
She told him to
They have
step
no
this
plate on the
way.
back
He
of this
said, you
car.
can go that way. She said, step this way. He said, you can go that way. And her lip pokes out so far you could see the shadow on her shoes.
The orange is suspended license. The green is the tags. Yeah, the green one's a tag one. They said the red ones on the highway are for abandoned vehicles. The orange is for the no, the orange is for a driver's license, suspended driver's license, because that's what she got the other night. And then the green one is for the tags are bad. Can I get your name and badge number?
No.
Did you want to address me? No. Just gonna turn
20.
your back on me. That is just great. She don't know what to do. Yeah, she's a little worry word. Look at her now. She's gonna
Because
take off.
there's nothing wrong with asking your public
gonna
servants
run.
questions. They can
Run.
choose not to answer most of them, but some questions
all
should
run.
be answered. Like name and badge number.
Well, she wants to give me unlawful orders. I figured I could at least get her name.
She made contact. That was her choice.
Mhm.
If she'd have stood there and not said a word to him, he could ask,
Oh.
but she wouldn't have to give it to him because there's been no actual contact made.
Right.
She should, but ain't no judge going to throw her ass in jail because she just stood silently.
Hey, if you need a ride, we'll give you a ride, okay? Oh, she lives way far.
It's got to be another state, bitch. We're going to Chicago.
She may not
We got a
have
half pack of sunglasses. It's dark. We're wearing
no name
beer.
and badge number.
Wait, that's not right.
Like rewinds. Oh, I shouldn't have said
Gotta
it.
watch out for you. Want to give unlawful orders and not want to give your name.
This is the sheriff, right? Sheriff or
I think
sheriff.
so. Pretty sure.
Yep. You kick them to the curb and throw them away.
She looked like she having trouble standing. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, I remember.
Why are we
They always
digging
act like
through
they
a
wanna be
box?
cool.
I don't understand. What just happened? Did I miss something?
No, I don't know.
I had to have. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't have a box sitting out
No,
there
I'm
like
sure.
2 seconds
Rewind
ago.
it.
Yeah, no box. There's no box out there. She's just standing there. And then
He
poof,
edited it.
box. Then poof, box. No
Mhm.
box.
Kick them
Poof, box. Poof, box. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I wasn't losing my mind. So I was like, why are they suddenly standing next to a box? Where did the box come from? Is it
Right.
hers or Pop's? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Is she digging through his personal
They
stuff?
always act like they want to be cool.
What madness is going on here? That's a good try, dude. But he was not within 10 feet of that stop in the first place. So the direction out of the area of the stop is an unlawful order. He was not between her and the stop. She walked over to him to
they act real
interact
cool
with him.
for somebody that just stole your car. You know what I mean? They always act like they're cool.
Walked over to interact with him to tell him to back up so that he would back up so that he was within 10 feet of her, trying to claim the 40 feet between her and the stop as part of the stop. That's bullshit.
For Central.
But then you pipe and smoke it, bud. They don't own the world. You don't get to give it to them.
If
Thank
I
God.
rule the world.
Wrong button.
Get it out of impound, so it requires you to have to pay the impound. Then you got to pay for insurance to go get it out of impound. And then if it's not registered, they might make you register it, bring you the tags before you can even get it out of impound. So you're looking at a pretty hefty bill. I'm just giving you a heads up. So because the impound lot won't let you take your car out unless it's tagged and insured. So I would imagine you probably have to get tags and insurance before you can even, if it's not even in your name, then now you're going to have to go get the people that you bought it from to go down there because the title's in their name. So you're going to have to now drag them down to the impounds. I
will say one thing. All of this could have been avoided by it being properly registered, tagged, and insured.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
But did they sign it?
This, from what I heard, this is the second time she got pulled over because she said they dealt with her just a couple of days ago or the other day and gave her one, I forget the color, green tag, and now she's getting the second color green tag. So I mean,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about or no?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say I don't know enough to pass judgment on this circumstance,
Okay.
but from my experience, if you do all the little things and sign on all the little lines and you do all those things, you give them the money they want, they don't do this.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Because it's still in their name, though, you might have to drag them down to the impound. You got their number and everything, right? You can get a hold of them. Okay. Because it's in their name, they might have to get in.
What 20-foot rule? You have to find me a 20-foot rule, Bo. I'm gonna have to see that one because it's 10 feet according to the Supreme Court. You got to give arresting officers on a traffic stop either to the nearest public easement or 10 feet. You can't stand in the middle of the street 10 feet away and call that good. You have to be out of the way, not causing a problem. And if they put up the yellow tape, you've got to go beyond that. So anytime they want privacy,
interference cannot be speech alone. Correct?
No, interference is a physical act. You have to go in and touch and do and poke and prod and do something to be listed for interference. Simply standing there talking, you might be giving a sermon. That's totally different First Amendment. It's like you might be passing on very important news. You might be documenting very important news. You might be giving a sermon on that particular street corner at 9:30 at night. It's not for the powers that be to tell you not to. So simply documenting your public servants and the activities of their duty is not a threat. Period. Even if they feel threatened, even if they feel harassed, it's not. They should get over that.
Insurance, you know what I mean? They can only release the car to the owner. They can't release it to anybody else at the impound. So that's I said, you might have to get the people that own the car to go with you down to impound to be able to get the car out. But if they don't have insurance and tags,
exactly, Carrie. This looks shady to me from the very freaking
It's none of your business why it's in the previous
It's
owner.
not, but at the same time, it probably leads to the fact that they don't have insurance and haven't finished paying.
Because they're probably broke, yeah.
Yeah, probably broke as hell to start with, but like I said before, none of this happens if you do all the things first.
Right.
And I'm not necessarily saying I agree with all the things. I'm just saying I'd rather not have to deal with cops because I didn't do those things.
But of course, try to get that process done as quick as you can, because the longer it's in the impound, the more it's going to cost. Right. Every day.
Hey, Flow State, check it out. I'm going to drop the link here in a little bit. We'll go backstage and y'all can just hash that shit out amongst yourselves. I'm going to mute and go get me some rum.
Why backstage?
But
I'll listen. I'll be listening to the whole thing. But that would be an interesting conversation.
I'm in.
Yeah, sale. That's right. They broke. They couldn't afford the tag. They couldn't afford the insurance. They just jumped in Uncle's car over here and hauled ass to the store around the corner and got popped. Went to go get some more drugs and got popped. I don't know, whatever it was.
I will generosity allow you the chance to apologize for that comment. Fuck you, Carrie.
I think it'll be fun. I'm going to get drunk and they're going to have that. It'll be great. That's just too bad I can't record it.
I'm sorry. I got the clips, the screenshots.
Permanent solutions to temporary problems. Can't shoot everybody, Carrie.
Find a permanent solution. I'm on board with that.
Training. That's what it comes down to. Even an idiot, even a monkey can be trained. So we could definitely train idiots to be cops. We just can't train idiots to make split-second decisions on their feet.
Not you liking it or not. So
you're laughing, but you sitting up here, you're going to let your ego.
Hold up. This is one of my favorite guys right here. Are you familiar with Big Nick, South Florida?
I have watched one or two.
Big Nick, South Florida Accountability is the name of the channel. Links in the description. It's an 8-minute and 56-second video of his best 8 dunks. Right. If you go to his channel, this is the video that pops up and plays for you, and it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what got me interested in auditing cop watching and the people who do it to start with was Big Nick. I just stumbled across one of his channels years ago, and never. I just enjoy the way he interacts with people. He's another one of those that's fairly nice up until you do something that's not nice, and then he's very, very, very not nice.
Right.
Courteous, but not nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this absolute fucking unit.
Go violate my right.
I'm not having an ego whatsoever.
You're gonna. Yeah, that's for that property right there, I believe. For this property right here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
So it says that all Pembroke Pines police officers are authorized to advise any person to leave these premises.
Yeah.
Okay, for one thing, when you put a sign up for public to read, you're also giving permission for public to walk up to the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you can't read it.
Right.
So to put a sign somewhere you're not supposed to go is kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Fair to leave after verbal. I'm all right, brother. How's it going?
No, thank you.
All right, we see your IDs.
Let me see your ID.
Sergeant Christian Rogers.
No, your ID with your address and all that on
Okay,
there.
if I see your ID,
So what you want to see my ID for?
you're filming our police station. This your ID.
Is that against the law?
Officer Rogers.
That's against the law? What law is it against?
Officer is your ID.
Because I thought
I'm
Florida.
identifying you.
I thought Florida Penal Code 901.151 states the only time I'm up to present ID to you is when I'm in the commission of a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime.
So right
That's
now,
Florida Penal Code 901.1.
What's up,
I don't have to
baby?
investigate. I don't have to communicate. No.
Good to see you there. Ain't seen you over here in a minute. What you doing? Slumming it? You come by to see how the lower half lives? What's up? The Shade Master. You can clip that.
Got
Fine.
it.
Okay, so that's
I like to identify you guys. Look,
You don't need to identify me. Who are you?
Sir, yes, I do.
I got you. Let me see. I want to see what you're doing at it.
What's your name and your badge number? What's your badge number?
What's your name?
Thank you. What's your name and your badge number?
You don't have a name. Okay.
And your name and your badge number?
Your buddies call you D. My badge number?
Yeah.
92, sir.
92.
And your name and your badge number?
Is there a legal reason you want my ID? Or do you just want to identify?
My badge number is 564.
Thank you. You would like to identify.
I'm going to identify you.
No,
right now.
you're going to violate my rights to do
How
so.
am I violating your rights by
But because Florida Penal Code 901.151 states that the only time I need to give you my ID is when I'm committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime. So what you need to do is give me reasonable, articulable suspicion that I'm breaking the law. That's not, the Supreme Court room photography in itself is not a crime. And this is a governmental facility, and I have every right to come out and record you guys in the course of your duties. So what crime am I breaking?
Exactly.
You're filming in the back of a police.
You said that 5 times. You don't need to know. Who are you?
The Supreme Court is over you, buddy. You don't trump the Supreme Court. We can film this without you liking it or not. So
You're laughing, but you're sitting up here. You're going to let your ego violate my
I'm
rights.
not having an ego whatsoever.
You're going to let your ego violate my rights because you're telling me you better not be disrespectful to me. You're a public
I'm not
servant.
giving you a hard time.
You better not give me a hard time. You're a public servant. And you're going to respect me as the public. And you're not.
Some respect, though?
I don't have to respect you, but I haven't disrespected you.
No, I'm asking to get your identification.
And I'm telling you, and you're asking me, and I'm respectfully declining no. You're not getting my ID.
Let me translate for y'all Southerners who might not understand what Big Nick just said. He said no, then he said no again, then he said fuck no, then he said hell no, and then he went old school, says no. No, he's not going to get the ID today because there's no reason to. They're going to have to violate his rights to get his ID.
Right.
Hardcore.
Because I don't have to, because you haven't shown me yours.
Yeah. What are you trying to figure out why exactly you guys are filming?
It's not your police station. It's our police station. This is our police station. It's not your police station. You work here. I allow you to work here.
You allow me to work.
Yes, by paying my taxes, giving you employment. It's to get a response like this from people who think they can just come up. Let me explain. You ask me a question, are you going to let me tell you? To get a response from a law enforcer whose job is.
You have to present ID based on reasonable, articulable suspicion once you have been detained and the question of arrest comes up. That's the point where you decide whether you are IDing pre or post arrest. Once you are arrested, every state of the union requires ID. Once you are picked up, remaining silent only works in non-personal details. But yeah, me. Okay. You know the rules, damn it. I'm not going out like that. I'm not going out. No.
To enforce law, not come out and demand ID from law-abiding citizens. It's suspicious. No, I don't. No, because the Supreme Court said you can't deem
So you're saying
a lawful activity
you're saying
suspicious.
every day somebody's out here filming our back of the station. 2 guys.
Probably.
Just filming the back.
But that don't make it suspicious.
It's alarming us.
To whose definition?
To our safety.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Is suspicion a felony or a misdemeanor?
Suspicion?
Yeah.
Suspicion is not a crime.
So it's not a crime, so it's not a law, so you don't have anything to enforce.
It's the back, filming the back of our facility, absolutely.
Okay, but is that against the law?
I didn't say it was against the law.
Okay, then thank you. What is your name and your badge number? Your name and your badge number? Thank you. What is your name and your badge number, Sergeant?
Right now.
What is your name and your badge number, Sergeant?
Not detention, boo. Not on detention. You remain silent on detention. You have to start talking on arrest. Now, some states have Terry laws where you have to stop an ID. Those do exist. I'm not exactly sure which ones they are. I know that depending on how they stop you here, you may or may not have to present ID, because if like say I'm out walking down the sidewalk, not so much. But if I happen to be standing on private property at the time, yeah, because that's the way that works here. Now, I'm not so sure about other places.
Can I speak with him?
Well, then you kick rocks. Don't to make sure you don't talk to me then.
For you to be
I'm not getting his name and his badge number like he's not a public servant. Make sure you don't talk to me then.
Well, so he's a sergeant as well, and that's how he behaves in front of
Is your body cam running?
That's not sergeant.
Is your body cam on?
There was no crime committed, and he came out.
You don't have a body cam?
Going to identify us.
Hey, bud.
But why?
Welcome in.
But that's
Okay.
Make
But give me
stupid
Florida
people
Penal Code
famous.
901.151. Give me that penal code. Hey, man. Hey, man, why you walking up behind me like that, man?
You're impeding traffic, sir.
That's not cool, man. Don't walk up. You got a gun, man. Don't walk up behind me like that. I know he's cool, but I'm just saying, don't walk up behind me like that.
You guys want to make a scene? You guys want
No, you're making a scene. We didn't approach anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 police officers, but we're making a scene.
You guys are filming on $300 phones. If you want to film professionally and you want to get a good scene,
A $300 phone.
good equipment and film.
This is a Galaxy S7, buddy. This phone was $900.
But what's your purpose, bro?
So what?
What is your purpose?
Like you like that one.
I told you already. I told you already. I wanted to come out and exercise a free right. Freedom. I wanted to come out and exercise freedom and see how this guy's going to respond to me. And that's exactly what happened.
Do me a favor, come talk to me, will you?
No, I don't want to talk to you. You didn't want to identify yourself. I don't want to talk. Anything you can say to me, you can say in front of my friend here. Because until you guys tell me what law I'm breaking, you have no authority over me.
First of all, we have the authority granted to us by the law. We never said you were breaking the law.
Right.
Whoever.
So, and again, I'm going to say, until I break the law.
I'm going to be dropping off of YouTube here in a few minutes. And when I do, we're going to all have us a nice little background talk, unless the Shade Master wants to show his wonderful lamb chops to me, because you know how that works. And there's a reason for all of it, I swear to God.
I would have never approached us. Either just say, hello, how you doing? Because this is the image that the rest of the world is going to see of the Pembroke Pines Police Department.
The image they're going to see of you. Thank you, sir. No,
okay.
Pembroke Pines Police Department. He just backed off 8 cops in a row, like all in a pile. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Flo, pop in. Care if you want to. I'm going to play my little play out right here, and then we're going to roll with it. Because, quite frankly, I think it's time to start drinking. I'm going to do the cool one. There are no lamb. Dare you.
Sorry. Good news, though. We're going to have to move the party somewhere a little bit more private, but you're all invited. Lorenzo will give you the details. Yeah!
Worst crash I've ever seen happen in my life. Oh, that was glorious. Are we still here? Dude, my entire system just fragged out. Like, that shit was live and in charge. How much of that did y'all get? I have no idea. Let's see who else is still here. Okay. All right, let's let people in. Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right.
All right, let me end this whole situation over here. Damn it. Do the right thing.